"Mom, I'm leaving," Saurabh said reluctantly. Hearing this, the mother quickly went to him and explained lovingly and said, "Look, son, do not take your father's words to your heart. Whatever he speaks only for your good." "Yes, Mom, I know," Saurabh said. The mother started speaking further. "After 10 days you have NEET exams, so if you stay here, you will be busy in household work and hanging out with friends, and the hard work you have done for so many days will go in vain. Therefore, you go to Raipur with your elder brother. There you will be able to study with a solitary mind, and if the examination is going to be held in Raipur, then Lucky will also be able to help you." "Okay, Mom, I get it. Now I'm going to take care of yourselves." Saurabh touched his mother's feet and rode out on his bike. Both Saurabh and Lucky are brothers. Lucky lives in Raipur away from home to study engineering, and Saurabh's father put the application in the NEET form as soon as Saurabh came out of the 1st division in the 12th. His dream was to become an MBBS doctor by passing NEET. Saurabh also wanted to fulfill his father's dream, but he did not want to go away from his house for 10 days. He had never been away from home for so many days before today, so Saurabh was sad. But he still went ahead. Saurabh stopped at a distance and washed his face with the tap running in front of him and freshened up, and then came to the car. He was in a good mood now. He starts moving forward again but stops again after going a short distance. It was the outskirts of his place where there was an ancient Bajrang Bali temple. If any man went out anywhere, he would definitely bow his head in that temple to protect himself. Saurabh also bowed his head and came back to his bike and put headphones in the mobile, and then started moving rapidly towards his destination while listening to an old-fashioned song, I Musafir. After about 3.30 hours, he reached Raipur, stopped there, had breakfast, took apples from a fruit shop, and then proceeded towards his brother Lucky's rented house. When he stopped the car outside the room and rang the bell, his brother Lucky opened the door. He was happy to see Saurabh in front of him. Both brothers hugged. Then Lucky said, "Come in." Both Lucky and Saurabh went inside the room. The two talked for a long time, then both of them slept after eating food. After having tea breakfast in the morning, Lucky said goodbye to Saurabh and left for college. Poor Saurabh was left alone in the room. He immediately called his mother. Then after talking for a while, he hung up the phone and went to the terrace and started walking. Saurabh was restless to see the hustle and bustle of the city, in stark contrast to the peaceful atmosphere of the village. He closed his eyes, then sat in meditation or felt a little better, then put headphones in the mobile and started listening to the song, which made him feel refreshed. He turned off the mobile and started going downstairs to the room. Then he stopped with a voice, "Hey, how did it become 100 rupees? I have come from the village, so do I not know that it takes 20 rupees to come here from Gadi Chowk?" Hearing this voice, Saurabh started looking around. Then he saw a girl arguing with a rickshaw driver on the road in front of him. A blue suit, a little high sandals, hair scattered very neatly, a little anger on the nose, a little mascara on the eyes, and light pink lipstick on the lips, which made her look no less than a dream beauty. Saurabh kept looking at him. Then another voice came, "Hey madam, you are not looting. This is a rickshaw and I have brought you alone. You did not allow the other passenger to board in this rickshaw. You will have to pay for them." "Hey, this is too much. I am not going to give any money. If you want to take 20 rupees, then take it, otherwise go on," the girl said irritably. The rickshaw driver said in a disappointed voice, seeing which wretched man had started driving the rickshaw today. Who would meet such passengers? The rickshaw driver left and the girl started going to her room with a triumphant smile as if she had won a battle. Saurabh smiled and went downstairs to the room and then took out the book and started preparing for the exam. After reading the whole book, he started remembering it. Then the doorbell rang. Saurabh opened the door. He was Lucky in front of him. He went inside and entered the bathroom to freshen up. After a while, he came out of the bathroom and sat on the bed and entered the mobile. Saurabh also stopped studying and started playing PUBG. It was 5 o'clock in the evening. Lucky said to Saurabh, "Let's go out today." I have to buy some goods from the mall and also take some books. You also go along. If you want something, then take it, and today Bahubali 2 is also being released, so they will also see. I have booked online. Saurabh chirped and said, yes, today we will know why Katappa killed Bahubali. Lucky, okay, let's get ready then. Saurabh and Lucky get ready and reach the bus stand when the girl comes there who was arguing with the rickshaw driver. Saurabh smiled at her. The bus had arrived. The two brothers boarded the bus. Sanju sat on one of the rear seats and Saurabh ran towards an empty seat in the middle and took possession of the seat with a chuckle. When he saw the seat next to him, he was surprised that the girl was sitting on the seat next to him. The girl said, "Why were you smiling at me at the bus stand?" Saurabh told the truth and explained that incident in detail. "So I laughed seeing you, sorry." The girl smiled and said, "It's okay." As soon as he was silent, Saurabh said, "You have also come here from the village?" "Yes, my sister and brother-in-law live here, so I have come to stay with them for a few days. In fact, my NEET exam is going to be held here in Raipur," the girl said explainingly. What Saurabh said in shock, "I have also come to my brother's place for this reason. My NEET examination is going to be done." "Wow. Okay, by the way, what's your name?" the girl said. "Sweet Smell," Saurabh said. "Oh. Ha. Good heavens. Kriti is my masterpiece." "Okay, so where are you going now?" Saurabh asked. "I am going to watch Bahubali 2. It is my favorite movie. I want to know that." "Why did Katappa kill Bahubali?" Saurabh interrupted. "Yes. Meaning you are also going to watch Bahubali movie," Kriti said. "Yes," Saurabh said. Before anything else could happen, his station had arrived. Saurabh and Lucky got out of the bus and walked inside the sparkling mall, where they took their necessities and after speaking to the manager, kept them in a safe place and then went straight to the theater. There was a lot of crowd at the ticket counter. As soon as they got the ticket, they moved towards their seats with popcorn and chips, cold drinks, etc. Everyone was sitting in their seats. Saurabh and Lucky also ran towards their seats. Lucky was holding the popcorn, chips, etc. he had brought with him. Saurabh was sitting next to him. There were a few minutes left for the film to start, when Saurabh's eyes fell on the seat next to him. Seeing no one else sitting on the seat next to her, Saurabh said softly, "Hey, you here?" Kriti smiled and said, "Yes, me. What happened? I can't sit here." Saurabh, "No, I didn't mean that." "I know, stop watching me and watch a movie," Kriti said with a smile. Saurabh was embarrassed and started watching a movie. "Wow, what a great suspense. I am enjoying it," Saurabh said while eating popcorn. Lucky also agreed and started eating chips. Only then the biggest suspense of that film was going to come out when Katappa kills Bahubali. When this suspense came out, Kriti got scared and grabbed Saurabh's hands tightly. After some time, Saurabh smiled and said, "Now do you intend to kill us too, Husani Malika?" Kriti blushed and withdrew her hands and took a look around her and started watching the movie. After a while, the film was over. Everyone got up from their seats and started going out. Sanju also got up with them. Kriti also got up and started leaving from there. Then Saurabh grabbed her hand and took the roll and looked into Kriti's eyes and said, "Look, I don't know if this is the right time to speak or not, but I want to tell you my heart. Whenever I tell you, I see something starts happening in my heart, although we have met only 3 times. But it seems that I have known you for a long time. It is not that I am pasting film dialogues, but..." Before Saurabh could say anything, Kriti gave him a slap. After getting that slap, Saurabh started to leave from there. Then Kriti stopped him and put his lips on his lips. Saurabh could not understand anything. Then Kriti scolded him and said, "Crazy, it takes so long to say I love you. How much footage eats? Cannot directly speak that, Kriti. I love you very much." Saurabh bowed happily and said, "Meaning you also love me?" Kriti scolded lovingly and said, "Hey Budu, I fell in love with you the first time I saw you." Saurabh swings with Kriti in his arms. Then a voice came from inside the theater. "Hey sir, the film is over and this is not a love spot that you guys are doing this." Saurabh and Kriti separated from each other and walked out of there, but Saurabh remembered to give his number to Kriti. After dinner, he returned to his room and started looking at the shopping goods. After resting for a while, Lucky got busy with his studies, but Saurabh's attention was on mobile. He went to the terrace and started walking restlessly. Then a call came from an unknown number. Saurabh received the call. "Hello." "Hello," a beautiful voice came from there. Saurabh recognized the voice. He quickly said, "Kriti." "Oh, I didn't believe it," said Kriti. Saurabh said in a romantic way, "Hey, how can I forget my sweetheart?" "Good," she said with a smile. "Well, I have something important to say to you." Kriti boldly. "Man, we should not think about marriage so soon," Saurabh said while doing comedy. "Saurabh yaar," Kriti said in a slightly serious voice. Yes, Rani Sahiba, I understand. Tell me what is the matter," said Saurabh. "Look Saurabh, we know that we both love each other, but we should forget this thing and focus on our careers right now. After a few days we have exams, so we should forget these things and focus on studies." Kriti said. "Yes, you're right. We won't talk until the exam is over. Happy now." Saurabh spoke lovingly. "Okay, and I love you so much." Kriti smiled and said, "I love you too." Saurabh said, then disconnected the phone. Then both of them got busy in studies and started preparing for the bus exam day and night, and finally that day also came. Saurabh and Lucky sat in the bus and headed towards SGC University Raipur. After an hour, he got down from the bus and reached outside the college in a rickshaw. By the way, both of them went inside. Kriti had already reached there. Then the examination started. All the students went to their respective rooms and started sitting on their seats. After 3 hours, the paper was over. Saurabh came out and along with Kriti, looking at Lucky, Saurabh said, "Hey, how did you make the paper?" "Saurabh, maybe it was good for me." "You will get a good rank." Lucky, "Hey, maybe you are my brother. You will definitely get good ranks." Saurabh and Lucky come back to their room. By then it was 4 o'clock in the evening. Saurabh sits for some time and starts packing his bag, seeing which Lucky asked in surprise, "Saurabh, why are you packing the bag?" "Brother, I'm going home," Saurabh said. What Lucky was shocked and said, "See, Saurabh, is 4 o'clock. It will be 8 to 9 o'clock for you to reach home, and that too you are going alone. Believe me, go in the morning." And, "No brother, I will go. Don't tell your parents, they will get upset. I will reach home by 8 o'clock. Saurabh had packed the bag. "Okay, I will let you go on one condition." Lucky took out the wireless headphones from his bag and gave it to Saurabh and said, "Keep it with you and call me every half an hour and tell me where you have reached, and if you do not call even once within an hour, then I will call my parents and tell them, okay?" Lucky said in a worried tone. "Okay brother, I will keep calling you and telling you. Don't worry about me." Saurabh hugged Lucky and sat in his bike and said goodbye to Lucky and left. It must have been a short distance that Saurabh's mobile rang, and when he saw it, it was Kriti's phone. Saurabh received the phone and said hello. So in a panicked voice from there, Kriti said, "Saurabh, are you going to your house now?" "Yes, I did tell you," Saurabh said. "Why did you look upset?" "My mom's health is a bit bad. I'm worried. I called home. There's only mom and dad at home. Can you help me?" Kriti boldly. Yes, why don't you tell me? "I want to go with you. Our village falls on the same path as you," Kriti said while requesting. Yes, why don't you tell me where you are? I'll come to pick you up right away," Saurabh said. "I am sitting in this bus stand. By the time I arrived, the person going to our village had gone home," Kriti said in a worried tone. "Don't worry, I'm coming there right away." Saurabh immediately proceeded towards the bus stand. Kriti was sitting there and she was a little happy to see Saurabh. Then both of them got on the bike and quickly left for their house. Saurabh said to Kriti, "Hey, you are fine. Don't worry, your mother will be fine." Kriti started speaking. "Thank you, Saurabh. I told brother-in-law that he had gone out for some work, and by the time the bus reached the bus stand, it had also gone." It was 5 o'clock in the evening when Kriti's father got a call. "Hello, Kriti." Kriti said, "Hello, Papa, how is Mummy?" "Mummy is fine, daughter. The doctor came home. Then he told that Mummy's BP was very low, so this was happening. She is given medicine. Now she is fine. You don't worry." "Thank God," Kriti said as she hung up. "Mummy is fine now, Saurabh," Kriti said with a chuckle. "Wow, I said she would be fine." Saurabh smiled and then turned the headlight of his bike towards Kriti's face so that he could see Kriti's face in the mirror. Saurabh was driving briskly in the depths of the evening and Kriti was sitting holding him. Then he stopped in a village and tasted hot tea and then stayed there for a while and then started going back. The evening was turning into night when the car suddenly stopped. Kriti said, "What happened, Saurabh? Why did you stop the car?" Saurabh got upset and said, "Man, the petrol is over. I do not remember that I should get the tank full in Raipur. Oh, now where will the petrol pump be, here or not?" Saurabh was pushing the car while Kriti was also going with him. When a gleaming petrol pump was seen at a distance, it looked very good. There was dazzle all around. "Look at that petrol pump. Wow, our luck is not the answer," Saurabh said with a chuckle. "Yes, really, let's quickly take the car there." Both of them took the car to the petrol pump. They were fascinated by the beauty of that petrol pump. In fact, I have never seen such a beautiful petrol pump till date. Saurabh's eyes widened. Saurabh looked calm and said, "Okay, now tell me, how did you reach here so soon? What happened?" Kriti was not saying anything, just was entangled in some thought. Then someone called on Saurabh's mobile. He received the call on wireless headphones. "Hello." A voice came from there. "Hello, Raghav. I have reached home and mother is also fine now." "Haven't you reached home?" Saurabh was surprised as Kriti was on the phone, but Kriti is sitting next to me. He could not understand anything. Then he asked the question, "Well, tell me, how much money did you give that rickshaw driver that day?" "He was asking for 100 rupees, but I gave only 20 rupees, Kriti said, thinking, "But why are you asking all this?" Saurabh got scared. "If you are Kriti, then who is she sitting with me?" When Saurabh looked at the headlight in fear, he trembled with fear. "He is the devil right there." The devil said in a very creepy voice, "Yes, yes, yes, why the children wanted to escape from me, but till date no one has escaped from me. Whoever has come to that petrol pump has only got death, and you will also get yes, 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 yes." The devil picked up Saurabh with his strong hands and threw him away from the car. He had deep wounds on his back from the claws of the devil, who was bleeding. The devil, who was groaning in pain, started coming to him. Then Saurabh suggested something. He got up and started running with his full strength, but the devil also started running after him, and after going a while, another strong paw fell on Saurabh's shoulder and he fell on some distance. While rolling, he screamed in pain. The devil laughed and said, "Now your game is over, child." The devil became very creepy and very ugly. His whole body started burning. He came running to Saurabh and hit Saurabh with his strong hands. Saurabh got scared and put both his hands in front. Before he could touch the devil, he received a strong jolt and fell away. He was surprised to see this. The devil was also surprised, but he doubled angrily to kill Saurabh, but then he got a shock and he fell away. Saurabh looked around and saw that he was within the limits of the ancient temple of Bajrang Bali on the outskirts of his village. He saw little hope of living. He started going inside the temple. Blood was still coming out of the bruise of his body. Ang started thanking Bali and put the vermilion placed there on his forehead and started praying there for a while. Then he heard something. "Son Saurabh, it is very important to kill that wicked man. Otherwise he will continue to kill the people going to that petrol pump like this." "So what should I do?" Lord Saurabh said. "Keep it in my hands. Hit him on the head with a trident stained with vermilion. that soul will be destroyed. After this, as Saurabh came out of his dream, he took the name of God and hid that trident in his hands and came out of that temple. That devil was staring at Saurabh with his eyes. Saurabh came out of that boundary, immediately after which the devil smiled and quickly proceeded to kill Saurabh, and as soon as he was about to kill Saurabh, Saurabh quickly moved away from there and buried the trident hidden in his hand on his head. The devil started suffering and in a short time flew away like smoke, after which Saurabh sat outside the same temple and started thanking God in his mind.